Is everyone ready? Good.
Oh, good? Good.
Hold on, Michaela's figuring her stuff out.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'm Chief Sarah Corsi. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. This type of brutal crime shakes the community. The events that took place this past Saturday are deeply disturbing and heartbreaking. The pain and suffering an innocent child endured at the hands of those he trusted and loved the most. Before I turn the podium over to our PIO, Detective Sullivan, I would be remiss if I didn't ask the community to find it in their heart to keep this child, his family, in their thoughts and prayers. Please keep our officers, the hospital staff, and the state attorneys in your hearts also. They're working tirelessly to see that justice is brought to this young child. Detective Sullivan.
Okay. Excuse me, that's the stool. Hello, my name's Detective Sullivan. Thank you guys for being here today. So let's get into this. On February 22nd at 10 p.m., we received a phone call from Advent Health Hospital staff that they received a 10-year-old male patient that contained evidence of physical abuse. Additionally, they were performing active CPR on the child and administering life-saving measures. We learned that the child was brought in through the front door of the emergency department after arriving by vehicle with the child's mother, Kimberly Mills, and a male now identified as Andre Walker. Per hospital staff, Andre left the hospital immediately. Once Kimberly learned that law enforcement was on the way, she immediately left the hospital, all while her 10-year-old son was receiving CPR. And just so you guys are aware, this is Andre Walker, and this is Kimberly Mills. Shortly after our units arrived at the hospital, Kimberly Mills returned with her other child. Once we obtained Kimberly's information, we obtained her address, which is within our city limits. Detectives began working immediately on obtaining a search warrant for the house. Kimberly refused to cooperate with the law enforcement investigation. The 10-year-old child was eventually airlifted to a regional trauma center where hospital staff continued life-saving efforts. It is clear to our agency that this child underwent gruesome abuse. He is covered head to toe, He is covered head to toe in various size bruises that are in various stages of healing. Additionally, he is covered in burn marks. This child underwent further abuse that I am unable to discuss at this time. This 10-year-old little boy is fighting for his life. He is in critical condition, and we are unsure which direction his healing will go. There is a high possibility that these charges could be enhanced depending on his outcome. Upon serving the search warrant at the residence, detectives obtained several pieces of pertinent evidence. This evidence told a story of what this child went through, and we believe will help piece together what occurred prior to them arriving at the hospital. To put it plainly, this child was tortured. I'm happy to say that shortly before this press conference, we learned Andre Walker turned himself into the Lake County Jail. Detectives in the community still have questions, and now that we know Andre Walker has turned himself in, detectives will be making contact with Andre Walker. We are hopeful that some of these questions will be answered. Detectives have put countless hours and continue to put all of their efforts towards this investigation. We want justice for this 10-year-old boy, and due to this being an open investigation, certain details cannot be released to or discussed to maintain integrity to this case. At this time, I'm willing to answer some questions.
Apparently this does not seem to be a one-time thing.
Based off of the bruises that we found in various stages of healing, no, we don't believe this is a one-time thing.
Can you say how long you think the abuse is going back?
It's hard to say, but that's something we hope to find answers to.
Was the other boy, did he have any signs, he or she have any signs of abuse?
That's something that hopefully today we'll have answers to that as well.
Has Andre been cooperative? Have you guys had an opportunity to talk to him at all?
Due to him just recently turning himself in, we're hoping that we can get some of those, any questions that we have for him, that he'll be willing to answer that. So hopefully by the end of today.
If you could talk a little bit about, and you started speaking to they have a boy who is being treated, how he is doing at this very moment.
At this very moment, he remains to be in critical condition. It's hard to say what direction he's going to go. He's fighting for his life.
Has the mother been cooperative at all? She had any statements you were able to share with us?
She did not wish to speak with us.
Is there any history with this family? Do you guys have a call history at that home, or is there a DCF history with this family?
So we checked with DCF. We did not see any recent or any contact with DCF reports or anything like that. We did do a call history at the residence. There was one recent call where mom called in with questions about the 10-year-old boy.
You didn't respond out there, though?
No, it was a call that could be handled over the phone.
Was there any signs that it's difficult? Was there any signs of sexual abuse of this 10-year-old boy?
Some details of the investigation I can't say, but I will have you read in between the lines.
The relationship between Nils, Kimberly, and Andre, are they a couple? Are they related? What's their relationship?
Sure. So because she wasn't very forthcoming with her relationship with him or him at all, we're still trying to piece together his relationship to her.
Has there been any outside contact with other family in regards to the little boy that's being treated, like any distant relatives?
So biological dad, he lives out of state. He was immediately notified and was immediately able to come down to be with his two sons.
And can you speak at all to what you may have seen inside the house upon the search warrant?
Enough that we are able to paint a certain picture that leads us to believe this little boy was tortured.
Was the boy in school outside the home? Like,
Yes.
He was going to
He attended school, yes.
This may be kind of a piggyback, and you might not be able to answer it, but talking about what you were able to take from the home is, and what has helped you piece together this investigation. I know we talked about burns. Is there anything that you can give us to give an indication of how he might have been burned?
Not without losing the integrity of the case.
If you could speak to the emotions, because I know I spoke to a neighbor, obviously very shocked. Us seeing the details, very shocking, and see the raw emotions during the press conference.
Ask your question one more time.
Your emotions.
My emotions. So, I'm, excuse me, I'm a mother. A lot of us are parents at this agency. So to hear and, based off of what we've seen, obviously this is heartbreaking. As parents, we protect our children. We'll protect anyone's child. So to learn that this child was supposed to be protected and wasn't, obviously is devastating and gut-wrenching. So personally, it's difficult, as you saw. I tried to keep my cool, I'm sorry. So,
For the biological father, what was kind of his reaction? You said he was able to immediately come. What was his reaction, if you can speak to it at all?
if you were to imagine your child undergoing something like this and what your reaction would be, was his reaction. And a very reasonable reaction from a parent that loved their child.
Is he the father of the other child as
Yes,
well?
yes.
Was he married to Kimberly?
I don't know. Anyone else? Okay, thank you guys for being here.